Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steelers make their way out. The Killer Bees are no more. Only one remains, and that's their quarterback, number 7, Ben Roethlisberger.
Black 20.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. In this defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. And McDonald here over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Here we go.
Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
20! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Here's Connor. And this time they were ready for him as he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On second down, Connor looking for space. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devin White in there to get him, and that is number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Out there now, the lefty Tavecchio for the Falcon field goal. The kick by Tavecchio is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield, the second-year quarterback from Oklahoma, will pilot this offense as the Browns get set for their first drive. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 7 carries, 51 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. To throw, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On second down now, it's Connor, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. He'll step aside. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to fire one. Corner of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Mayfield tosses one complete to Landry. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now a play fake here on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Mayfield on play action. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns have taken the lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. And the Steelers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. On third down, here's Samuels. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Back deep for the Browns, Antonio Callaway.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns were able to strike quickly for 6.
Brandon, my man, just 1 sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down to Switzer over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Roethlisberger now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Washington with a catch, middle of the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack on first down, Roethlisberger. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Returnable here for Callaway. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some good games to look forward to in the early window, especially the one in Baltimore. A big one coming up for the Ravens as they'll square off against the visiting Houston Texans. Good stuff to follow on the West Coast.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter three. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Beckham and the Browns set to take over again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards the final tally. They go play action. Mayfield.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 14. Mayfield now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he slings one that's incomplete. Antonio Callaway, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a super return as he gets this all the way down inside the 25-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them. Now Ben on 3rd and long.
incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Offside defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
From the 38, Roethlisberger. Open man here is Gentry. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Trying to get the first with Samuels. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And this one is right down Broadway. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
That's it, baby. 20. Bend it. Bend it. Run. Kill. Turn it up. Kill.
On 2nd and 15 now. Mayfield. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Boy, tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
They go play action here on first down. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play. First down. Roethlisberger now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 to the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what? There's still time for a few more turning points in this ball game. They're only one score down.
Yeah, true. We could have some twists and turns. Stay tuned. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the fourth quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Mayfield on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. No gain, and it's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Bud Dupree showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, and he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Mayfield down. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. T.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Oh, he breaks another. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30, the 20. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. In for the score. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
And this one through the uprights and good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now Mayfield and the Browns. Down 24-14. Just over a minute 40 to play. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it, escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. On 2nd down, Samuels. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Snell on 3rd down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with still a minute 20 left to go in the game. Here's Jordan Berry now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
To throw, Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
Now Mayfield toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker. And you've got to deliver the ball.
And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And it's the Steelers that come up with it. And that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day. Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game